not only are we seeing an increase in enrollment across the state, across most of our states here on this call, but we're also seeing that a larger share of that enrollment are economically disadvantaged children. So what does that mean when the rubber hits the road for us for funding? That means that we're getting more and more people, coming to our states, coming to our schools, and the on person per person share of the funding thereof is falling upon us on a local level. In the next slide, you'll see that Austin down here in Texas, pretty reliably since 2008, has been pulling back their support of funding, their share of the funding. And so that's falling to us again on the local level. And then on the next slide, again, we're seeing what the knock-on effect of that is. One of the knock-on effects is that, man, ever since the state told us that, tax rate compression, here's our upper limit. Well, more and more districts are finding themselves butting up against that upper M&O tax rate limit, just to keep operations going and just to fund the educational mission. This puts us, I think, in a very, at least here in Texas, if I could just be so bold, this puts us in a very, un-Texas-like standing for us, bottom 10 in per pupil spending. We are $4,000 behind the national average when it comes to funding on a per pupil basis, funding education. So how does that put us, how does that rank us against some of the states that we consider our peers? Sadly, that puts us pretty far down the totem pole. That puts us, as we saw, way behind the U.S. average, way behind New York and California, places that we constantly draw people from. We find ourselves, spending less and less money.